there. So this is your sign. This isn't another video with complicated tips. This is that a motivational kick you have been waiting for. So this is the moment you stop and you hit the subscribe button, because I know you haven't even subscribed and 50% of you didn't either. So please hit the button and let's get down to business. So today I'm going to show you how you can set up your social media account so fast and easy for creative people. So let's get down. So this is the moment you stop waiting to feel ready and finally share what you do by taking on one small, authentic, and maybe even imperfect step. So today, you're a brilliant photographer or any kind of creative person, writer, amazing musician, or an artist, but all your work just lives on a hard drive. So it's tucked away in a folder and inside another folder. So basically, digital Tom you built for it. So you have story to tell, but you struggling with the algorithm and you don't know what to do with the social media and how to handle it. So today I'm gonna show you what to do exactly. So you scroll through advanced ads feeds and just you feel their polished work and their engagement and their success, and that can be a little overwhelming. So you can feel maybe it's a little late for you or you don't know how to start. So these voices keep going in your head, and just don't worry about it. I will show you everything. But let me ask you this: what's the real cost of staying hidden? So it's not just about your work going unseen, it's about your voice and going unheard stories. So it's connection that never made. So it's slow quiet death of your creative spirit, and the feeling is behind the ghost on your own life. So watching the world happen behind the screen is not that good. So let's get started. So, alright, let's get real for a second. I haven't even started, so let's name the moments in the thing that you've been thinking. So, because once you give the name and they start to lose their power of you. So, first up, the big one, the fear of judgment. So, the second your finger over the pause button, you might flood with the thousand words case scenario. What if nobody likes it? Even worse, what if people I know real life see it and think of it's cringe? Like, what if they think who they can see any kind of new kind of you? So don't worry about it. The fear of being misunderstood or worse, being seen and just dismissed. So it's paralyzing. I get it. You're an artist, so you work personal. It doesn't feel like you're putting out content. So it feels like you're putting a piece of your soul and line for everyone to judge. So then there is an imposter syndrome. You look at other creators who seem to have the all figured out and you think I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So you see the confidence and the seamlessly effortless path and you just feel like you're total fraud. It's not true. I will let you in a space, and a lot of them have told maybe often feel like they are just making it up as they go. So the imposter syndrome is the lie that tells you everyone else got a secret instruction manual of birth and you're just one who missed it out. So that's not true. The actual thing is to know what to post and when to post it and how to edit it for sure. So the next we have the algorithm anxiety. So the algorithm feels like mythical, all powerful beast. So it's a complex, always changing game. So you hear about declining reach, shadow banning, and the constant pressure to feed the machine, and just completely overwhelming. So you think I can't keep up with this right now. I don't know the rules. If I can play the game perfectly, why would I even play it all? So this pressure go viral, and the fear of posting something and having it get 3 likes feels like a public failure for sure. I get it for sure. So every start is hard, and the finally thing, the sneakiest one of all four creative, so perfect. You tell yourself you'll post as soon as you have the perfect logo, the perfect brand colors, the perfect bio, and the perfect first niche post, and all planned out for sure. You spend weeks tweaking on imagery, rewriting caption dozen times, and just waiting for the perfect idea to show up. But there is a truth: perfectism isn't real. So the fear of wearing a business suit, then you just maintaining high standards when you're really just hiding. So it's not about the perfectism. Your journey, your process is way more important than the real thing. So the real strategy is what that every single day you left years and you're just overthinking a bit what to post, how to edit it, and how to polish it because others make it so perfectly. So the one person who will feel a little less alone because of your song or painting or any kind of creative thing you do, the cost of doing nothing is just you remain consumer culture you were born to help create. So the main point is just dare to start creating and just dare to use your camera and just start creating and scheduling posts, and you will see the way how should be edited and you will get inspired by others. If I tell you the goal isn't to get rid of the fear might never totally go away. So the goal is to make your purpose louder than you fear. So it's all about shifting your perspective. And the first thing I want to mention, you have been probably thinking about this all wrong. So you've been looking at the social media as a performance, a stage wherever you have to do the polished, perfect, high energy influencer kind of post. So forget all of that. That's not the game we are playing right now. So now I want you to think of a social media not as a stage, but as a studio, as a massive, beautiful work progress studio where you get to show people what you're working, what you're thinking about, and what you care about for real. So people don't just connect with the final perfect masterpiece, they connect with the journey and they want to see the process, the easier marks, the failed attempts, the behind the scenes, every moment, and showing your process, what it builds, the connect, and the connection, what it builds a community for sure. So this is the turning point right now. This is where you stop trying to build a brand for scratch for our first time and start just sharing your story. And a personal brand isn't a logo or a color palette. It's simply what people say and feel about your when you are not around. It's not a unique mix of what you talk about it, how you talk about it, and who you're talking to at the first beginning. So it's all about the beginning right now. So the solution isn't a 50-step marketing plan. The solution just one thing, one post, one small authentic imperfect action, because done is so much better than perfect. So momentum is the cure for fear and action is an antidote for anxiety for sure. So we are going to break down into a simple 3-step plan you can use to get the first post today, not tomorrow, not the next week, today. Are you ready for it? So by the way, I want to say thank you for hanging out so this long. So if you haven't even subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and let's get down to business. So this whole framework designed to be simple and cut through all the noise and overwhelm. So it's not about doing everything. It's about doing one thing and then the next. So are you ready? Let me show you how we can start it. So before you even think about what to post, let's get clear on your foundation and forget the phrase finding your niche for a second. That word is stressful and feel like it's putting you in a box. So instead of I want you to define your one thing, and this is your core message, the psychologic, the story that you only you can tell for sure. So this is a brilliant brand strategy. Chris Doe says if you could replace your voice with a robot, a blurred face, and no one could tell it was you, and you're not building a brand, you're just making a tutorial, you're just one thing, and what it makes you you. So how do you find it? Ask yourself this question. I mean, actually write them, answer them on a piece of paper, and I'll sure it's gonna help you. So the first, what's your story? Not the polished perfect version, the real one. What have you struggled with? What have you learned along the way? And what are your earliest memories of creating? And your personal story, the most unique thing you own. And maybe you're a writer who got over a huge fear of public speaking. Maybe you're a painter who finds a beauty and struggling with social media content creation, and your story is your content basically. So the what do you stand for? What are your values? And what makes you you? And what makes you feel hopeful? So people don't connect with unnatural people, so don't be afraid to have opinion or even be a little polarizing. That's how you find your people and not just any kind of people. And third thing, and who are you for? So this is your important. You are not for everyone, trying to please everybody, the fastest way to fail. So get specific. And are you a self-taught artist or creative mind? Are you for artists who believe in using sustainable materials? When you know exactly who you are talking to, creating content becomes so much easier. You are no longer shouting in the void. You are having conversation with a specific person that you are looking for so many times. So your one thing is where your story, your values, and your audience all meet, and that's the central theme of your studio. Once you have a rough idea of it, you can break it down into 3 to 5 content pillars. For an artist, that could be my finished work, the shiny final stuff, or any kind of behind the scenes time releases, your messy desk, or your any kind of process you're doing. For inspiration, it can be books, music, other artists you love, or kind of what I'm learning right now, challenge you overcome, new technique you tried out. So see, it doesn't have to be that complicated. You just have to, define one thing that you like. And the step 2, I want to show you, choose your own platform, just one platform for the start. And the biggest killer of the comment is that feeling that you have to be everywhere all the time. So that you need to be on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and you have to have a newsletter and a recipe for instant burnout for sure. So let's make it simple. If you want you to pick just one platform, just one. And how do you pick? Go where your people already are. If you're a visual artist, Instagram is the best, or TikTok just makes sense. If you're a writer or consultant, LinkedIn or X could be a better. If you love to teach, YouTube is your spot. And don't pick a platform because you think you should be there. Pick the one where your audience hang out more, and you will see the connection and make it so much quicker. You will quit next week if you choose the wrong platform. So once you pick your one platform, you already see the format, just one, and this all about making it easy as possible to get started and stay consistent. Maybe you just a photo of your work or without a true caption about the story behind it. Maybe it's a simple short video of your process, like the time lapse of your painting, or maybe it's just a tech post or LinkedIn sharing lesson you learned. You don't need a complicated editing software. Your phone is a $1 billion production studio, and just use it, please. Just use it. The goal isn't to create cinematic masterpiece. The goal is to build a habit. Consistency will always beat intense. So posting one simple thing once a week, it can be so good for a start. You can always get a fancier later. For now, just focus on one simple, repeatable task and choose your platform. So this is it. This is the moment. All the theory in the world means nothing without this step. I'm officially giving you permission to be imperfect. In fact, if you want to embrace it, your first pass probably won't be your best pass. And this is not just okay, it's necessary. And you have to crash the bike a few times before you can ride it smoothly, right? So the only thing is just go for it and just start doing it. So the step 1, your own platform and format. From step 2 is to post something actually. So what could that be? Here are some super simple ideas I'm gonna share right now with you to make you get inspired more. So the first thing, you should introduce yourself. Post a photo of yourself in your creative space and tell the people who you are. Talk about what you create and more importantly why you're creating this. Then you share it and do a before and after post or this sketch next to the final piece and talk about the journey being through to get here today. So post next is going to be post a work in progress. Take a photo of whatever on your desk or your screen right now and write it down in a sentence. Then you can share a old, like find something you made years ago or talk about how your style thinking has changed since then. And then you can create another post about ask question. I post a piece and ask your audience, what does this make you feel, good or bad? And the point is not just what you post, but that you post. And just hit the button, and then this is the hard part, to let it go. And don't delete if you don't feel like it's the best post. Just celebrate the fact that you did a scary thing and you broke out the cycle of fear and inaction. So this isn't about your outcome on one post. This is about how you started and you actually give it a shot and start from scratch. So every time you post, you are casting a vote for a creative person you want to become, so that the plan and not just action, you are actually doing something. So, and it all starts with three simple steps that I just taught you before, but let me sum up for you. So first, define your own thing, know your story and what you stand for. So the second, choose your own platform format, keep it simple and sustainable. And the third thing, take the one imperfect action. Post something today, please, and break the cycle. And your work is gonna be so much better than you're thinking. So there is someone out there right now who needs to see what you create, to feel inspired, to feel understood, or just feel less alone. By hiding your work, you're not just doing this kind of disconnection with the world, but you also let down yourself a bit. So you don't need to go viral from the first post. You just need to be clear, consistent, and you brave enough to take that first step and actually start share your story. So here is my challenge to you. After you watching this, take your imperfect action. Just post something, please. Then come back here and tell me about it in the comments below, and just comment down I did it, and I will know you actually starting your journey. And this comment section is going to be our space, a celebration of imperfect action. I will read every kind of comment and I will reply it. And now go get started and see you next time in my new videos here. So go check it out, this one.